Well, hey, y'all. It's Amber.
And Heather.
Welcome to Tool Talk. We're so glad to have you today, and we are continuing on our little talk about menopause.
Oh, what a great journey this has been.
I know, right?
But today we're providing. So the last one, if you recall, we gave you all the specifics, what to look out for, why it's so frustrating. But part 2 is going to be steps that you can do to help yourself feel better.
Yes, and we are going to go through some healthy habits that you will want to work on and add into your life. And then we'll also tell you a little bit about how it has helped us on our journey. Heather through perimenopause, me through postmenopause, and we're going to have a great discussion today.
Yes, so let's get started. So, what's the most important thing that we need to focus on, Amber, when we're going through perimenopause?
Ooh, the biggest thing, the thing that I preach to everyone is going to be strength training.
Yes.
Is that where you were going with me?
Okay. Yes. Well, and the stress reduction.
Oh, stress. Yes. Yeah. Stress.
So all of
sorry.
This, yes.
Stress reduction is number one, actually.
Yes. And it's very interesting. So all of the things that we're going to talk about help promote stress reduction.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course we all want to decrease stress, but when you're in this phase of your life, it is so much more important to have some control over your stress, because you will see a definite difference in how you feel.
Yeah. And actually in controlling the symptoms.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And the thing about stress is you can't get rid of stress completely.
There's too many people in the world.
Yeah. You're always going to have stress in your life, but you must do something to manage that through perimenopause and into menopause, or it will make your symptoms worse. And we, during this time of life, ladies, are just more sensitive to stress.
I'm sensitive, people.
I know. So that's just it's the truth, and you can't get around that. And if you're not willing to do something about that, just know that you're probably going to suffer and stay exactly where you are. So we hope that as you listen to this podcast, if you are experiencing this part of life, that you will listen and really take it in and really make some changes, because it can help.
Absolutely. And we're not looking for perfection in any of the things that we're going to talk about, because any step forward is a step in the right direction. So first off, she mentioned it, strength training. So tell us how strength training and helping our bones and muscles get stronger helps us, number one, reduce stress and be better for our bodies.
Well, one of the things that you might not know is, I know you know, Heather, but maybe our listeners might not know, is that going through menopause, when your hormones are changing, and there's lots of different hormones involved, all right? So a lot of times you're going to hear people talk about estrogen and progesterone. Testosterone gets thrown in there a little bit too, but remember, ladies just have a little bit of testosterone. So our hormones are changing, they're fluctuating, and something that happens, number one, just for everyone as we age, is called sarcopenia, and that is the loss of muscle mass and strength. For women, when we lose our estrogen, that sarcopenia speeds up. So what is so mainly important for us with our exercise, besides the stress reduction, is to maintain, and if we can, build more muscle mass, because we are in a time of our life where we are losing that. The more muscle you lose, then the harder it is for you to maintain your weight, the less strong you are, and then also there's a potential weakening of your bones. So if you've heard of osteopenia and osteoporosis, menopausal females are at a higher risk for that, and that is the loss of bone. So we want to keep that from happening, and strength training helps that two ways. Number one, you're weight bearing. You're standing on your feet and you're adding extra weight to your body, which stresses your bones. And stress on your bones is a good thing. That's what makes them stronger and create more strong bone. And then the second piece of that is when you progressively strength train, and that means that you're not just picking up those little 5-pound baby, 3-pound pink dumbbells and doing 5 million repetitions. It means really trying to get stronger, lifting heavier and heavier weights. When you do that, that pulls on your muscles. It stresses your muscles. That in turn pulls on your tendons. And your tendons connect muscle to bone. So if your tendons are pulling, they're pulling against the bone, that's stress on the bone.
Yes.
So strength training helps to also remodel better bone in your body so you have better bone density.
Yes. So we need to strength train. We need to progress as we load. Don't worry about getting big, huge Arnold Schwarzenegger muscles because that's not what's going to happen.
Nope.
So also in turn, I hear a lot of people talking about cardio because back when we were younger, the cardio worked for us.
Yeah.
But once we hit the older stages or the little later, the more mature stages of our life, the cardio can definitely be a roadblock for our bodies as far as our health goes. So tell us a little bit more how hard cardio is not the way to go.
So I've always been a proponent and said to people, well, as I've learned, probably maybe not when I was 20, I didn't know this much, but now, everybody thinks that you have to do cardio to lose weight. And it is actually counterintuitive to do that because sure, if you're a brand new baby beginner and you start doing cardio, might you see some fat loss? Yes. But over time, as you become more fit, that is not how you are going to lose fat. By the way, losing fat has more to do with your stress levels. And
that'll be a whole nother
and
podcast.
Your nutrition, not so much your exercise. We exercise for different reasons. But here's the thing, ladies. If you are perimenopausal or postmenopausal, what do we say is the most important thing? Bringing your stress levels down. Hard cardio, HIIT training, doing a lot of exercise where you don't have a lot of rest is going to stress your body. Now, I told you can't get rid of stress, and exercise can be a positive stressor on our body. The problem is you are already sensitive to stress. Your stress levels are probably already high. So if you do super hard cardio on top of that, if you're doing HIIT workouts all the time, this is just going to increase your stress levels even more. So what do you do? Because you do need to do things that are good for your heart, and cardio is good for our heart. If you are in the right place, if you have your stress levels under control, then it might behoove you to do 1 or 2 harder or HIIT cardio workouts a week. But that's very specific to the person. Like I do no HIIT cardio because I'm trying to bring my stress levels down and do a lot more strength training for strength and muscle building.
I would like to interject because I do cardio.
Yes.
I run. I still compete. I run races. I run long races. I run short races. But I can tell you since I have started into the full-on kind of perimenopause mode, I have pulled back on my distance, how many times a week I run, how far I run more for time now than I do for distance. And I've worked really hard on bringing up the other points that we're talking about, like increasing my strength training, and we'll talk about routines and food. So I've changed other aspects of my life so I can still support the thing that I love to do without stressing my body out too much, because I could run all the time, and I see it's very interesting to me now that, I've been doing this for 8 years, and that's not really long, but for me it's long. But I see other ladies that are my age that are doing way too much. Mm-hmm. And I can see that their bodies are starting to revolt against what's happening, and they are fighting it tooth and nail because they feel like they have, a certain goal, and they're not changing their goals. And that's so important with a healthy balance. is knowing when to pull back and when to push forward. So I just, I felt I needed to say that because a lot of people are probably sitting there going, who know me, going, well, Heather runs all of the time, and what's she doing? You know, so it's just important to know your body and what you can and can't get away with.
Right. And mine, I knew, just to give you a little insight into some things you want to look at. So my sleep for a long time has been off. I'm struggling with the belly fat. You know, my energy levels can wane at times. So this is not the point in my life where I need to be putting that hard cardio in. So I have to look at myself and understand that. And I will tell you that I talk to a lot of people. You know, I present for SCW, and I'll have trainers come up and ask me after, you know, some of my sessions of things that I've said. And I remember this one lady came up and she was like, I do CrossFit and I love it. And here she is, she's menopausal, and she's telling me she's struggling with the belly fat. And I'm like, you've got to stop doing that CrossFit every day. It's too high of an intensity workout for you at the moment. But I could tell she was like, didn't want to hear it. And so at that point, if that's the workout that you love and that's what you want to do, you have to be willing to take the stress hit for it. So that's something you have to decide, and just be okay with what's going on in your body. So that's just a little something. And again, I want to say cardio is great for your heart, but there's other things that you can do, and you don't always have to stress yourself out with every single cardio session. You can just do one. It's all right, one a week. So that is something that I find a lot of women during this time, they kind of have to let go of those style workouts.
So something that you can do every day is walk.
Yes.
30 minutes every day. That is a huge stress reducer, and it also helps with your fat burning.
Yes.
At this point in your life, and just staying in control and in a routine. So that's where we're going to go to next, is talking about creating a routine that you walk every day. You have your workouts programmed. You have your sleep schedule programmed, because that is also a huge benefactor in managing your stress levels and your cortisol levels, and helping you feel better and less stressed.
Yeah. That's something you and I have both been working on for a long time. And I love Eric and Amy from LBC. I've followed them for a really long time. And this is something that they talk about, is having those schedules, you know. So as I'm reading their information, and I trust what they say, you know, they are also in the health and fitness industry, then I was like, man, one of the things I'm not doing is really scheduling my day. And I know it can be hard. And listen, I get it. I don't have kids, but I have a business that I run. It is very busy, and I have other things that I have to do in my life. But you can create a schedule, and I have had to do that. So creating the schedule, what we mean by that is, one of the best things, Heather mentioned the walking. So for me, walking after dinner helps with my digestion, and it helps me settle and get ready for bed. The other thing is the sleep schedule. So I try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day. And let me tell you, that has helped my sleep for sure.
Yes.
And then also meal timing. I love scheduling out and eating my meals at around the same time every day. And that has just really brought the stress down in my life. It helps my body know what we're going to do. And listen, it doesn't happen every single time. I travel a lot for presenting, so my schedule gets a little messed up when I do that, but I try to stay as close to it as I possibly can, because I know it's going to help me feel better, and also it's going to help with the symptoms that I experience.
Absolutely. And I walk in the morning because that works better for my schedule, and it's easy for me to help settle into the day. So I figure out, when I can make that happen. Does it happen every day? No. Do I stress out about it? No. Do I get, because that's the whole point here, is staying away from stress. So if for some reason, the weather, my schedule, I don't get it, I am not going to put the pressure on me to make sure that it gets done. So, I'm walking like, in the middle of the night or somewhere where I know that I need to be doing other things to help my schedule. So the key is to not stress. You don't have to hit your mark every day. You just need to manage your stress and start creating a routine. And our routine may not be your routine. This is where you're going to have to learn how to add and take away things that help you. So it's not just what we're giving you with these are just suggestions and a place to start, because a lot of people don't have a place to start. So I know that we have gone in this session, we've gone over strength training, we've gone over the cardio and the walking, sleep schedule, and building a routine. So our next session and part 4, we've got other things, part 3, we've got other things to talk about that will also help you start managing your menopausal symptoms.
Yeah, we'll dig a little bit deeper into food and nutrition in this next one, and I think
so
that
important.
that is so important. That can be very helpful. So thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to talking with you again. And remember, if you have a friend who is going through perimenopause or postmenopause, please send this to them. We'd love for you to share our information in our podcast.
Yes. And also, at the training tool, we offer programs pretty frequently that specifically target the things that we're talking about here. So we're very intentional in offering challenges and programs that can help you start creating habits, that can help you start a fitness routine, that can help you choose the right foods to eat. So be on the lookout. Go to our webpage, check it out. If you have somebody that you are already currently training with, see if they have programs, because there is now, like we've been saying, a lot of information out there, and people are starting to make note of, hey, this is something that we can help you with in the fitness industry. So
we actually have a menopause program.
Yes,
so
we do. Yeah, specifically.
It's
so
online.
they're out there. So just, check out our page and see what it's all about.
Yep.
Trainingtool.com.
There you go. And just look for Rockin' Menopause. That's the name of our program.
Yay. All right. Till next time.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.